Welcome to Labuan, an island that is just 6 miles north of Borneo. It's a Malaysian island and I'm going to be here for the next 2 days before I go somewhere else. Now, I got here yesterday and actually arrived here at the international ferry port, and this gets boats going across over just not to Borneo, the Malaysia side, but also Brunei. So I'm going to be taking you around this part of the island, and the main town that we're in is called Victoria, named after Queen Victoria. The island's got a population of about 102,000 people and it's only 36 square miles, and the temperature today is 32 degrees, which is why I'm sweating. So, ferry port entry into Victoria, into the island, but we're going to go around. I've done a bit of research on this place last night and there's lots to see. So let's go to the first point. Victoria itself is a free port, and if you don't know what a free port is, because I didn't until about 20 minutes ago, it's where it's a port, ships come in, unlock or unload, and then move them on to another country by another ship with no interference from customs, no paperwork. And I believe the free port is somewhere over that direction. We'll probably pass it. And in 1990, the Malaysian government made the island of Labuan into a tax haven to make this place a offshore financial centre. Now behind me, and you'll find this all over Borneo as well, all the roundabouts have got decorative stuff in them, and then this one's no different. It's a big one, it's a fountain. Now, because this place is a tax haven, there are so many duty-free shops around, and I have compared the prices to the mainland. It's not really that much difference. But the main things they do for duty-free over here is alcohol, cigarettes, and of course chocolate. And we are talking expensive chocolate. But I'm at the first place that I'm going to show you, and this is Labuan Square. I do like the street art. Chimneys. So, Labuan Square, this is the centre of public life on the island. Oh, look at that. Oh, that looks nice on a night time, all lit up. So this is where they used to have all the grand colonial parades in the heyday. And I have noticed that everywhere you go, significant points within the town, you get one of these. So it's just a little description, 4 languages, and they're really interesting and informative. So you've got all the flags up there, with the Malaysian flag at the very top. We've got it, yeah. You've got a waterway going around. It's just very, very nice. And when you walk around, there is a sports pitch. I need to come here tonight to see what it looks like lit up. So there's a football pitch with a small stadium over there. and a little love heart with Labuan in the centre of it. So them chimneys up there are just a small replica of the chimney which is on the other side of the island, and it's somewhere I am going to be going to tomorrow. I just wanted to concentrate on the downtown today, and then just across the road over there is the tourist place. Tourist information. So with Labuan Square there is something that the locals believe in, and that is that the past leaders of the island will gather there and have a little conference every now and again. What are they going to have a conference about? This is the tourist information spot. I'm going to have a wander in. There is the museum and various monument structures to the Second World War over there. But we'll have a wander in here first. It's closed. I've not been very lucky, because if you saw my last video, it was closed as well. It is 1:10 in the afternoon, so it might be lunch break, but on the timings on the door, it didn't say there's lunch breaks. Oh well. So we'll just have a wander over here. As I said, there's various monument structures to different things from the war, Second World War. And then I'm going to have a wander into the museum. It's pretty. His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales landed in Labuan 1922. And then that is an Australian Commonwealth Military Forces Memorial. Commemorates the land of units 10th of June 1945. And this island was taken possession 1846, Christmas Eve, in the name of Her Majesty Victoria. Now the island was actually given to the British by the Sultan of Brunei. Something about the Japanese army, 1942. And the British made this a strategic point to help them combat piracy. They needed somewhere within Southeast Asia, and they got it from here. Oh, that looks like it's seen a bit of damage there. But all these stuff in just one place. It's quite impressive. Even the trees have got little signs. Look at that. Looks like it's got a fur coat on. Yeah, you can't really read it that well. There's another one. Oh, it's been planted in 1953. Wow. So I'll have a wander into the museum. I have found that most museums that I've been to in the last couple of weeks, couple of months, don't really allow cameras in. So I'm hoping this one might. Hi, how much is it?
Yes, I like that.
Oh, just, all right. Awesome, thank you. So it's free. There was a sign outside saying that the aircon might not be working, but it is. So, brief history, grown from 1775. Wow. Lots to read. Oh, the different flags where they've been under. Right, I'm going to have a wander around. So lots of prehistoric stuff. Hello. Oh, cannons. So this is a diorama of the ceremony of hoisting the British flag on the island of Labuan. Look at all their little happy faces. Is that what I was trying to copy? Yeah. The occupation of Labuan Island by the British government. So there seems to be just lots of writing. So James Brooke. I'm saying his name as if I know him. Various things. Oh, stamps. And then straight into the Second World War. This is all about the Japanese occupation during the Second World War. And then you walk through here. The scenery of the destroyed Labuan town caused by bombings during its liberation by the Allied forces. There's a lot of money down there. Yeah, to get rid of the Japanese, the Allied forces came along and bombed most of Borneo apart. Wow. So yeah, 10th of June 1945 liberation. Wow. Is that a boat? I thoroughly enjoyed that. Just leisurely walking around. I was the only one in there. When I signed the visitor's book, I was the only person in today. So I'm just going to have a wander back to the tourist office. Hopefully it's open because lunchtime's over. Is it? And it was open. And I got a couple of maps to have a look at. I might even give this to the hotel before I leave because they haven't got any English maps with them. But I've walked a nice leisurely pace, 10 minutes away from the centre of the town, from the museum, and I'm on a beach. It looks really nice. It's clean, but then you look out and you can see it is an industrial port. Let's get this in focus. So this is the free port on the side. Now the majority of the beaches that you need to go to on this island is on the other side. And that's where I'll be going tomorrow for the next video. Yeah, I don't think you could go swimming in that. very industrial. But it's a nice little spot. You could bring a picnic down here. As you move away from Victoria, the town, it gets more open, it gets more green, and it's just a really nice place so far, and I'm actually quite loving it. So this place is just a bit further up from the beach I was on, and this is Ramsay's Observatory. It's a tower, it's got its name on the side there. Right, I've got no information on this, so I'm going to have a quick scout around it. It's a nice little park. Oh, is there a restaurant over there and beach? And as you walk around this little park, they've got little history points tell you various things about what happened on the island in the past. And I have noticed that there is so many people cleaning, gardening all over the town. It is very clean and tidy. And in the background you can see all the ships. So this is another beach. Now we'll wander down. So the name of this beach is Ramsay Point, and at the moment it's being used by some quad bikes to go up and down. Now there is loads of cafes around here, so I imagine this is somewhere that you can come to on a weekend, chill out. But as usual, there's little bits of information, lots of information about this place, but no idea why it's called Ramsay Point. Who is Ramsay? So I've just come round the corner from the Ramsay Observation Tower. Could find no information on it at all, and I couldn't get in. I was going to try and climb to the top, but the doors were all locked. But I'm here at the Labuan International Sea Sport Complex, and it's big. You got all the open area down there. Now this was opened in 2002. This is the venue of choice for every major sea sport, and I'm just reading off that. For every major sea sport and tourism event on the island. It's a 6-hectare facility providing all-weather open stage, exhibition hall, souvenir shops, food stores, and various sea sport and family recreational amenities. And in there is a museum as well. That is quite good. I like the waterfalls. I thought they're dragons, but they're not. The seahorses. 2002, looks really modern, doesn't it? So on the other side, as I was walking around, there is Japanese restaurants, there's shops. So I can imagine this being so busy whenever they have their big events. But now I'm going to go across. Hello, how are you? Good. Sorry. I'm going to go across the road to this thing here, and it's the clock tower. Right, let's get closer. So the clock tower is a reminder of the colonial past from the British rule, and it is one of very few surviving structures from the Second World War. I mean, it's a really nice area. Now, the locals believe it survived the bombings of the Second World War, because the clock tower has a guardian spirit that protects it from harm. Or they were just very lucky. So the clock tower was actually built in 1906, and although it did survive the Second World War, the British administration decided to bring it down in 1948, to demolish it, and this is a exact replica rebuilt in 2002. And you see on the clock, it's 3:20. I've just checked my watch. It's the exact time. As I'm walking to the next spot, I just want to give a quick shout out to Gav. Gav is someone who's donated to my Buy Me a Coffee page, and with his donation he actually put a message saying, liking your vlogs, thank you very much. We are the same age and I'm thinking about a trip like this next year. Now Gav, the only advice I can give you is don't think about it, do it. It's an amazing experience. Now if you want to donate to my Buy Me a Coffee page, there is a link in my description below this video. Right, don't think we're too far away from the next place. And I'm here at the next stop. It's a 20-minute walk from the clock tower up to here. It's a nice, open, quiet road where all of a sudden there's lots of traffic turned up. But this is the Commonwealth War Grave Commission, Labuan War Cemetery. Now the Commonwealth War Graves Commission is amazing. They look after war graves for British and Commonwealth soldiers around the world. And this place is so looked after. And most of the war graves here are from British and Australian soldiers, and there are, oh, there's names of all the, I don't know if you can see that, the Australian Imperial Force, all the names. And they're all away around the whole of this. My God. So these are the people who died in action in Borneo during the Second World War, with a lot of them being dying in captivity. There are also graves from the Punjabi Signal Corps, some New Zealanders, some Malaysians. Still have the name on, a tribute to a wonderful and devoted son, husband and brother, K.G. Horter. So in the background there you've got people tending to the ground. Wow. Amazing. On the building itself, it's got on, here on are recorded the names and officers and men of the British Commonwealth of Nations who died within and around Borneo during the 1939-45 war, whose graves are known only unto God. And then behind me you've got a little bit of history about the war itself. Hard days. So all these graves, all 3,905 of them, majority of them all have names on, but some don't. So this plot is a soldier of the 39-45 war, known unto God. And there's all these. The place it's just so peaceful. You've got the main road going across over there, but you can hardly hear the traffic. Nice. You look at the ages of all the people who have died, and they all range from 18 to, I think I saw one for 45. Gunnar Olding is 27. He had a happy smile for each. He died beloved by all. And this is a monument in honour of those soldiers of the Indian Army who died in battle and whose mortal remains were committed to fire. Wow, what an amazing place. But it's time to head back into town. It's probably about a 30-minute walk back to the hotel, 35 minutes. Give me some exercise, stretch my legs. And tomorrow, as I said, I'm heading to the other side of the island where I'm hoping to do some snorkeling, diving, and see the sights over there. But if you've enjoyed this video, you've just got to press that like button. If you've got any comments to make on the video, put them in, no matter how bad they are. And if you want to see the next video, subscribe, click that bell, and a lot of traffic going past. But until next time, bye bye for now.